stay up here a little longer. Just kidding. Oh. Yes, he is next. We got 2 left, all right? 2 left. Hang tight. This is his final performance in New Orleans before he becomes a rich and famous entertainment lawyer. Hey, scriptwriter. Wait, this is entertainment. Okay. Yes, the entertainment lawyer. You can be an actor instead of a fucking broke-ass cardiologist. Just made it up because I know you're making money. Maybe not. Come to University Hospital. That's right. Come to New Orleans. Work on shot-up victims in the University Hospital. That's awesome.
You're really selling it.
Hey, that's where you get your training in. You know how many shot-up people come through there every day? She would be the best shoot-up repair in the world. Come to, that's right. That's like the training ground. It's like the minor league of doctors. University Hospital. That's right. Anyway, this next gentleman, he is a lawyer to be once he passes the bar and pays Fannie Mae back. And make some noise for Mr. Jordan Parker.
What's up, everybody? So thanks, a bunch of my law school classmates came along. We're all kind of studying for finals, so I brought notes. You know, this was important enough for me to skip class today, but not important enough to memorize it, so did the happy middle. So what do I want to talk to you fuckers about? So I recently discovered I was a smoker. I didn't think I was. Thank you, my enabler, everyone. You know, I mean, this is just one of the many lies we tell ourselves. You know, I'm not a smoker, I'm a social smoker. I smoke when I drink, I smoke when I go out to bars, I smoke when I go to restaurants, I smoke when I'm studying, I smoke when I'm sleeping, I smoke after sex, I smoke before sex. But not necessarily not having sex, that would be nice. Ideally. I mean, it's one of those lies we tell ourselves. I mean, no, I never go out and say, oh no, I'm not gay. Oh, I'm just a social gay. You know, a couple of my friends go outside, they start sucking each other's dicks, and I'm like, hey, can I have one, bum one, maybe 2, you know. No, not really. It's, you know, I've been drinking, so. Alright, so now that I got the gay dick jokes out of the way, I'm gonna get a little highbrow, I'm gonna go on a bit of a political rant here, you know, but don't worry, once you're done with me, you can return to your regularly scheduled masturbation jokes and observations about how hilarious the different races are. So a little about me. I'm from California. I was raised in a competing political household, liberal and progressive, as NPR calls it, balanced. And, you know, I lean certain ways, but, you know, I've experimented. I've voted Republican sometimes. Don't tell my aunt I can't come home. I'm not kidding. You can come home anything you want, just don't vote Republican in my house. So, yeah, but, you know, despite what it may seem to my friends who I argue with extensively on the internet, I actually do try to be balanced. It doesn't seem it, but I really am. I try to be independent, and I'm a registered independent. I like people. I try to vote that way. It's not easy, but you try to, you know. And because the party label, you know, I'm not talking about liberal conservative. I'm talking about the Democrats, the Republicans, because they're all disappointing. And you know, the thing with labels, they make us about 75% stupider than we normally would be. I'm not saying a political belief, I'm saying attach a label to it, because suddenly you're on this shitty team that hates you, but you feel compelled to defend for no reason, even though they've never done anything for you, but you hate them just a little less than the other fuckers. So it's like your family, like you hate your family, but you don't insult them in front of someone else's family. You know, and it's the exact same thing. It's the way we get the news. We've all decided we don't trust no corporate media. We don't want giving us biased information. So I'm going to go to the Huffington Post. Republicans, stupid and racist. Yeah, that reaffirms my pre-existing view. Then Republicans, oh, you liberal biased media. Drudge Report. Liberals spend your tax dollars to give an unqualified minority an abortion. Yeah, fucking liberals. Fucking liberals. You know, I realize this as a lawyer, you learn you gotta try to be balanced and understand the other person's point of view, and I learned when the party label really ruins your objective thinking, when I had a conversation of which politician's adultery was the best. No, Bill Clinton's adultery was the best because he only got a blowjob from an intern, and he created 23 million jobs. He's not like David Vitter, who put on a diaper and banged a prostitute. He's a family values guy. Whoa! David Vitter is not the worst adultery guy. I mean, Bill Clinton took this intern and made her the blowjob queen of America, and he lied under oath. Now, David Vitter, unlike most government people, when he fucks someone over, he creates a job. And at least David Vitter isn't like John Edwards, who slept with his videographer while his wife was dying of cancer. No, John Edwards isn't the worst. I mean, sure, he cheated on his wife with someone else while she was dying of cancer. But Newt Gingrich, he cheated on his first wife while she was dying of cancer to marry his second wife. And then once he found out she had multiple sclerosis, he cheated on his second wife with his third wife, who was 20 years his junior, who was his congressional intern, while he was impeaching Bill Clinton for adultery. Alright, well, Newt Gingrich may have done all of that. I'm sorry, I really can't think of anything worse than that. That is, and you know, it upsets me because I realize politics just attracts the worst people in the world. I mean, this is the best we've got. We are electing exactly what we deserve, and this is what the best we've got. And I as a lawyer, you know, I think I would like to propose, in addition to the oath of office you take, I, Jordan Barker, because this is my fantasy, so shut up. I, Jordan Barker, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I shall resist all temptation to put my penis inside anyone, except my spouse or partner, and... Do I have to read this? Okay. Nor shall I post pictures of my penis on the internet. You guys know Anthony Weiner? There's some political nerds here. Somebody's got to know. It's like, his name's Weiner. So this guy took pictures of his penis. Wasn't happy to keep it around for himself. He thought, you know what? This is a great idea. So he tweeted it to someone on Twitter. And, you know, that's really unfortunate. You know, he had to resign. You know, now everyone knows what his junk looks like. And, you know, and also his name is Weiner, which is really unfortunate. I kind of wish his cousin got in trouble, Congressman Bud Felcher. I'll tell you about Bud Felcher. That guy sucks ass. You don't know, go to Urban Dictionary. It's not a real Felcher, but that is a real last name, unfortunately. So, you know, I'm from California, I've been living in Louisiana, and I didn't realize what bubble I live in, you know, because I'm surrounded by mostly liberal people, you know. I don't know if you guys know truth about Barack Obama. The truth. So you gotta be menacing. This Barack Obama, oh, you guys don't know, he's already granted amnesty to 3 million illegal immigrants. Sorry, if I speak this way, I got a channel. Yeah, he's already granted amnesty to 3 million illegal Mexicans. He's already raised the taxes in his second year in office larger than any other president we ever had. And they've been put through this mandate that all hospitals got to take anyone, no matter who they are, in an emergency room. And he had the gall to say that a bus driver shouldn't have to pay a higher tax rate than his fucking millionaires. I'm sorry, but this is silly. I was actually talking about Ronald Reagan. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah. See, 1982, largest peacetime tax increase, you know, raised payroll taxes, corporate taxes, you know, gas taxes, you know, because Ronald Reagan, he knew government was the problem, but he also knew you had to pay for it. That's a Republican thing. But when did it become courageous to say, I want to spend your money, but I don't want to pay for it? Yeah! Give that fucking guy a medal. But, I'm going to be serious for a moment. You know, we don't know about Barack Obama's foreign policy agenda too. We all we don't pay attention. You gotta pay attention. This guy has been funneling weapons to our mortal enemy, Iran. You guys don't know about that. He signed a United Nations treaty that said we could prosecute American torturers in foreign states. And worst of all, he naively says we should abolish all nuclear weapons. What a fucking pussy would say. I'm sorry. Apparently that was also, this was Ronald Reagan too. Yes, whoa, what? Yes. Because Barack Obama is a pussy for sanctions on Iraq, he should have simply done the Ronald Reagan thing and sold them weapons. I don't do this because I hate Republicans. I have a lot of friends that I don't tell people are Republicans, you never know. But I do this because history is important. History is important. History, we Americans, we read history the same way people read porn. We skim through it, we look at all the good stuff, but we want to skip all the articles that might make any complexity or make us remind of any humanity we've ever had or mistakes or whatever. We just skim through it. That's why Ronald Reagan, the tax-raising, amnesty-granting, multi-internationalist is somehow the conservative hero of the Republican Party, but Barack Obama, the tax-cutting, drone-striking, dictator-toppling, Bin Laden killing, Medicare-slashing president is somehow a Kenyan Marxist socialist. If he's a Kenyan Marxist socialist who eats babies, I don't think there's enough words in Rush Limbaugh's dictionary to describe Ronald Reagan. I'm just trying to be honest. Nobody wants to be honest in politics. If your liberals are wondering, you're up next. Here's my impression of a liberal activist. If we all just sit here and dream, everything will be awesome. Now, am I trying to say that liberals are lazy, entitled, and want everything handed to them? I would never say that. I am saying that, but I would never say that. I follow politics religiously, so I fight with people on the internet simply because I read too much. I'm not saying that in any elitist way. I'm just saying I hate it. I know I followed all this stuff, so when I hear people say one thing one year and one thing another, it pisses me off. One thing you gotta give Republicans, you gotta give them, which is why people still do like them, whatever liberal enclave you're from, there are people who like them. And the reason is liberals, they've always been sort of, why don't people like me? They're like the nerdy kids in high school. They desperately want you to like them, but they say, they're just stupid. I'm cooler than them. But Republicans, 2010, they had this historic opportunity to retake the Senate. And they said, all right, this is Delaware. You are going to win, excuse me, I'm going off on a rant here, so. You are going to win this state. All right. There's just one thing you can do to not win it. All right, what? Well, there is this 10-term congressman who's running, who's automatically going to win it if he gets the nomination. Or you have this anti-masturbation activist who dabbled in witchcraft. Or a woman named Christine O'Donnell, we haven't talked about her for a while. It's like, well, I'm going to go with her by about 66%. And they ended up losing. Democrats don't do that, but the liberals do. What they love to do is they put up moderate candidates, and they elect those moderate candidates. And then they sit them down, like, all right, now here's my long, I'm not talking moderate, I'm talking about pro-NRA, I'm talking about anti-abortion, I'm talking about all that stuff. They say, all right, now I'm going to want you to do all this stuff. Well, I'm actually kind of moderate. What? Everyone knows you just say that because they can't explain it to people, they wouldn't support us. And, that was 2006, 2008, we liberals drafted a lot of moderate candidates in all these districts, and then suddenly, I can't believe you actually believe talking to Republicans will lead to something? I thought you were joking. I'm sure I'm about to get the light, so I got one more thing. So, I realized that I have a lot of trouble talking with liberals, because you got Democrats, progressives, and liberals. And L-I-B-R-U-L, the one that angers you in your gut, that judges you for smoking cigarettes and eating meat and won't take your guns away, all those people, whatever. You know this. Yeah. So this is how it all went. And presidential primary season. It's 2008. They're at an Obama rally.
And I lean over like, hey, Barack's about to say how he's keeping all the Bush counterterrorism policies, ramping the war in Afghanistan, and all the tax cuts. You listening? I got a crush on my Did you say something? No, never mind. We'll talk later. 2009, get an email. Time to help Barack implement the agenda you voted for. What? I already voted once. It's supposed to be enough, isn't it? 2010. Year-long debate over healthcare. Lots of compromises made. But arrows have been slung. Approval rating has gone down. Barack needs your help. Did change happen yet? Oh, that's so lame. The internet's gonna hear about this. Hope? More like nope. I got 3 likes. It's not easy being a liberal activist, but somebody's got to do the heavy lifting. Thank you very much.
Moving on to Mr. Jordan Parker.